I thought I'd bring you along with me on our supper today. I am making Parmesan crusted chicken. Y'all wouldn't believe how good this is. And so this is about the third or fourth time I've made it, and so I thought I'd show you how to make it. All right, for this Parmesan crusted chicken, first you're gonna need, First you're gonna need a package of chicken tenders. Got the chicken tenders that were already cut up, but then I cut those in like 3 strips. So the strips are small. Then you're gonna need Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese. And the original recipe does not call for an egg, but I use an egg. I use an egg to dip the chicken in, then I put the chicken in the Parmesan and then fry it. All right, so this is how I cut the chicken up. Just smaller strips like that. You could even do just like cut it in chunks so that you would have like chicken chunks or chicken nuggets. And then the recipe calls for a certain amount of Parmesan cheese, but I don't pay attention to that because I don't want to waste any cheese. So like if I had some left over, so I just put it in here. I just dump it from that. I just dump it in here as I go. Cut your chicken up, of course rinse it off. I dip it in an egg that I have broken up here, and to help with the calorie count or the fat, you may be able to just use egg white, or like I said, the original recipe does not call for egg at all. It just tells you to rinse the chicken off and then dip the chicken in Parmesan. But for me, it did not, the Parmesan didn't stick correct, or enough of the Parmesan didn't stick to the chicken. So I drag it into the egg, and I put it in the Parmesan, and then you just fry it. And now I've already turned these over. So you fry it for a few minutes on each side, and then you transfer it to a pan, and then you're going to cook it in the oven for about 20 or 25 minutes. The recipe also says to cook it in lard. I don't have enough lard to do that today. I went to the store to get some. They didn't have any, so I've chosen to cook it in butter. We're trying to step away from using seed oils so much because we have a lot of inflammatory situations in our family. So I am using butter to fry the chicken in. Okay, I've actually got 2 pans going here because you gotta kind of work fast. The first time I did it, I was like, oh, just trying to use 1 pan, and it wasn't going fast enough. So I am using 2 pans here. I think I need more butter in my pan. Okay. All right. Oh, gotta let that one heat back up. I let it cool off a little bit too much. So we're gonna let that one heat back up. All right, our skillet, our other skillet has heated up now. So this is, I'll just turn it around so you can see. All right, so this is the Parmesan, of course, and I have, basically I just do like that and put it on top. And then put it over here. And you don't want to put too many in the skillet because you want to have room to be able to turn it. I learned that the hard way. Oh, that's enough. See, it doesn't take long for it to start browning. So as soon as it's brown enough, then you put it on a pan. You're transferring it to a baking pan and then going to put it in the oven. So between transferring it to the pan and putting it in the oven, you don't want it to cool off too much. This is why I have 2 pans going. And I've got my oven on 350, and I'm going to cook it for 20 to 25 minutes. You wouldn't believe how good it is. It is so good, and it's such a great alternative to like traditional breaded chicken strips, because the Parmesan cheese, of course, has no carbs in it. It's processed. I'm sure you could get organic grated Parmesan cheese, then it would be even healthier for you. And like I said, instead of using the yolk and the whites when you put it in there, and I'll probably try that next time, I'll probably just use the whites of the egg and see how that works. Because anyway, of course my son's happy with me using the whole egg because it adds calories, and he's all into getting enough calories and working out and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, when I finish this, I'll let you see what it looks like, and I'll let you know how everyone liked it, but everybody usually likes it okay. Alright, I got the chicken out. It looks like it's done, and I went ahead and took it, as soon as I got it out, I took it off this pan because the butter, I just didn't want it to sit in all that. So I transferred it to this plate, and it looks pretty good. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. This is, like I said, a great alternative to traditionally breaded fried chicken strips. It's just, if you don't want to use the flour and all that, it's kind of expensive because you use a lot of Parmesan cheese on it, but that's still better than all of the white flour, or really any other flour if you're trying to watch your carbs a little bit. We really like it. I'm probably going to cut up some lettuce or put a salad together, and we're going to call it done. And put everything up. It's been a rainy day today, and I'm ready to get the kitchen cleaned up and just kind of chillax for just a little bit. Oh, and I just wanted to tell you that I did cook these on 350 for 20 minutes. For my oven, 20 minutes at 350 seems perfect. Yes, I do have dirty dishes. Yeah, I wanted to also tell you that we eat this with, I make a tangy ranch chicken, like dipping sauce. So if you don't have any honey mustard, which honey mustard is great, I love honey mustard. But if you don't have anything to dip this in, dip the chicken in, I'm fixing to give you the recipe for the dip that I make. If you have at least 2/3 cup ranch dressing, 1/3 cup of yellow mustard, and 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, you will make the best dipping sauce. I promise, it's really good. For the brown sugar, you could probably use white sugar. You could even use some type of sweetener. I'm not sure, I've not tried that yet. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what that looks like, but it looks just like honey mustard, really. It really does. And it's a little more tangy than honey mustard, but if you're in a pinch and you need some kind of dipping sauce for some chicken or, something like that, this sauce is fantastic. And I will put the recipe for this and the Parmesan crusted chicken down in the description. And one more thing I wanted to tell you or talk to you about is I love these cutting boards here. For instance, when I cut up the chicken, you're worried about all the chicken grease, or not chicken grease, but chicken juice and don't want to spread salmonella or E. coli or anything else that you could, any other bacteria. These little things right here, you can just stick those right in the dishwasher and it doesn't even hurt them. For the longest time I hand washed and I wouldn't put them in the dishwasher. But to my surprise, one day my son did the dishes and he put these cutting boards in the dishwasher and they went through the dishwasher just fine. So that makes me feel better because I feel like it's more sanitized that way. And I'm sure you can buy these at Walmart, Kroger, or even on Amazon if you would just like to order them. They usually come in a pack of, you know, 4. You might be able to get a larger pack. We've had these for a couple of years and I think it was a pack of 4 that we got. And they're still doing fine. This one has been used a lot. It may be time to get rid of them when they start looking like that. I don't know. Anyway, just wanted to tell you that they go through the dishwasher just fine.